Hello everyone and welcome to Fill Your Appointment Book Now. My name's Lauren and I am delighted to be here speaking with you today. Can you leave me a comment please in the chat box to confirm that you can both hear and see me please? I won't begin the webinar properly until I've got confirmation from you that you can hear and see me correctly please. So if you could do that for me now, that would be awesome. Thank you. Hello everyone, can you hear and see me? I'm just logging into the chat box now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we've got a few people with us at the moment. That's lovely. And hopefully a few more will join us as well. So it's 1 minute past 6, so I think we'll get started properly. Okay, so I would like to thank you once again for joining us for Fill Your Appointment Book Now. And we have a very exciting schedule for you in the next hour, in which we're going to discuss how it is that you can attract and keep and profit from genuinely being of service to your perfect clients and your ideal clients. And this is something that is really important for a person who's looking to develop an intuitive business or a spiritual business, because it means that it's going to allow you to live your dream. To be able to know how to fill your appointment book will enable you to leave your work if you want to, if you have a day job that you're not happy in. It will mean that you can afford nice things and nice holidays while doing a job that's really in alignment with who you are as a person. And it means that by having this information, the people who will benefit most from your wonderful gifts and abilities will have access to those gifts and abilities. And I'm really passionate about helping you be able to do that. So that's what I want to share with you today. So we're going to do a few things today. First of all, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself and about my story, because I know that some of you joining us today will have never met me before and are meeting me for the first time. So I'd like to tell you a little about how I came to be teaching you this seminar today. And then we're going to talk about the 4 most important things that you need to do in order to fill your appointment book consistently with happy paying clients. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to have a mindset for success. So we're going to talk about what that entails. How is it that you get your mind from a state of doubt or anxiety or low self-worth or anxiety about charging? How do you go from that mental space to a space of abundance and clarity and really understanding your value? So that's the most important thing we're going to talk about first of all. The second thing we're going to discuss is who is your ideal client? Who is the person that you can most help? So we're going to work on putting together a profile of who that person is so that you are able to recognize them. And the third thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at where your ideal clients hang out. So now that you know who they are, where are they? Where are they in the online world? Where are they in the outside world? Where is it you can go to find people who really need what it is that you have to offer? And the fourth thing that we're going to talk about is some effective strategies to engage your clients with your business once you've got the correct mindset in place and you have figured out who your ideal clients are, and you've figured out where they are, then how are you going to talk to them? How are you going to introduce them to your service or your product? That's what we're going to talk about finally. And then at the end of the seminar, I would love to tell you a little bit about how I can help you further. If you would like me to give you a little bit more long-term support with putting these strategies in place, I would love to help you with that as well. And please, throughout the discussion, please post any questions that you have or anything that you want to know about, anything that you would like me to discuss or focus on specific to your business, and I will be sure to make some time to answer any questions that you have. And also, while we go through this process, if at any point you cannot hear me or see me, or we have any technical problems, please do type it in the chat box and I shall do my very best to remedy that situation as promptly as possible. Okay, so let me start, as I said, by telling you a little bit about myself. So I am a professional psychic medium, and I am also an intuitive coach and a spiritual strategist, meaning that I help other professionals who are in a similar situation to myself to achieve wonderful things in their business and to really position themselves so that they can bring their gifts to the world. And that's what I hope to offer you today. And my journey as a psychic medium started when I was just a young girl. I used to have dreams about things that would come true, and I had quite a few bereavements and people who were close to me, my loved ones who passed away. I suddenly felt that I became very close to them when they were in spirit, and so my mediumship ability developed very early in life. I was given my first set of angel cards by my mum when I was 13. And I was very fortunate to find work as a psychic medium right away, straight out of school, when I was 17 years old. So I'm 28 now. So for the last 11 years professionally, I've been doing readings for people, spiritual consultations. I serve spiritualist churches. I teach workshops and seminars, both to individuals and various groups of people and to corporations as well, all centering around my passion, which is spirituality and this idea that we're all connected through love and how we can use that to develop self-confidence and other good things. Excuse me. So I've had a lot of really wonderful experiences in my life, and one thing that I would love to tell you about is how it is that I seem to be able to manifest exactly the right thing that I need to be doing for my career at this point in time. And I want to teach you how manifesting is so easy and how it's possible in your business as well. So when I was developing my mediumship, I really started to take mediumship very seriously when I was 21. And in the UK here, there is a very famous psychic school for psychics and mediums who want to develop their abilities under expert tuition. And it's called the Arthur Findlay College, and it's in Stansted, just outside London. And it had been my dream to go to the Arthur Findlay College, and I would fantasize about it and think about how wonderful it would be. And in my mind, I thought of it as like Hogwarts. So I was really excited to go there. And I had no idea how I was going to get there. It was quite expensive to go. And I live in Scotland, so it was a long way away from home. And since I was only a young girl, I was only 21, didn't know how I was going to find the money or the resources to go. And my mother, who is also a medium, suggested to me one day, just completely out the blue, that I might like to go to the Arthur Findlay College, and I completely agreed. And so she sent me a book to my home address, because I was living away from home at that time, that had been written by the man who the Arthur Findlay College is named after, is a man called James Arthur Findlay, who was a wonderful writer, a philosopher, a metaphysician, and who had some really amazing experiences with mediumship, and had left his stately home down in Stansted to the development of psychic work and mediumship so it could be researched and studied. And so my mother sent me a book in the post called Looking Back, and it was written by this man, James Arthur Findlay. And I really wanted to read this book and find out a little bit about this man before I was due to go down and do my training. So I opened up the book and I settled down to read it, and it's a massive tome. I think it's close to about 700 pages. It's a huge book. And I sat down to read it one day and was getting comfortable and was getting really involved in his life and how he came to be so interested in mediumship. And I was reading and reading and reading, and suddenly I turned to this one page of the book, and there was a picture of a church on this page. And I looked at this church and it just seemed so familiar to me, as if I had been there or as if I had known it. And I was looking at it for ages and I thought, this is so confusing. How do I know this church? So I read on a few pages more, and it turns out that James Arthur Finlay grew up in a tiny village in Scotland just outside Glasgow. And the name of this village is Beath. And it just so happens that Beath is the town that I was born and raised in, where I grew up. And James Arthur Finlay had lived in a house that was a quarter of a mile from the house that I was born and raised in. Even though his stately home was down in Stansted in England. And I just got chills so bad when I found that out. And it made me feel that James Arthur Finlay was looking after me in spirit. And it made me believe that I could manifest any positive experience that I set my mind on. That anything that I sent out into the universe that was positive had to come back to me like a magnet. And the fact that this weird synchronicity had happened between James Arthur Finlay and I had proven that to me. And wonderful experiences like that have happened to me all throughout my life. And it's how I came to be teaching you this seminar today, is by manifesting wonderful experiences, manifesting your attention, so thank you, and manifesting this deep desire to want to serve you in the way that we're doing today. But I didn't always have so much confidence. I didn't always have so much belief in myself or my abilities. And because I started work as a psychic medium and as a coach so young in life, I didn't always believe in myself. You know, I went through some self-esteem issues and some issues concerning fitting in at school and feeling like I belonged. And that affected my ability to believe in myself and to make the things happen that I wanted to happen. So it took me a while to learn how it is that you need to be positive and how it is that you can manifest for yourself and manifest good things coming into your life. Let me hold that thought just a second, because I see that my screen has come up blank here. So I wonder if you guys are still receiving me. Are you still receiving me okay? Again, type into the chat box if you can still hear me, please, because my screen just went blank for a second there. Okay, I'll continue on and hopefully everything's okay. All right, so as I said, my confidence wasn't always as good as it is now, and it took me a while of getting some proof that being in a really, really good headspace and being in a really positive frame of mind is essential to making good things happen in your life. And that is exactly what I want to talk to you about first of all. So when it comes to your spiritual business and when it comes to your holistic or your intuitive business, what are the thoughts that you have about it most commonly? So, you know, do you think most commonly that you deserve paying clients? Do you feel that you have something genuinely valuable to give to the world? Do you feel that you are valued by the people who are in your life and that you're supported by the people in your life? And do you feel that you give that loving support to yourself? Because if the answer is no, then that's the first thing that we have to work on. Because when it comes to your spiritual business and when it comes to attracting great clients who really need you and who you can really support, it's so true that what you believe is what you receive. So what you believe about yourself as a human being and what you believe about your value and the value of what you have to offer will determine whether or not you get clients and will determine whether or not you get good quality clients that are really the people who need you. So the first thing that we need to work on is getting you really, really strong in mind and strong in your spirit about who you are and what you stand for and the healing that you really want to bring to the world, okay? So this is the first thing that we're going to talk about. So the first thing that's really important for you is to get really, really clear on what it is that you want. What is the goal that you want to achieve? So the first thing to think about is how many clients do you want to have per week? How many clients do you want to have per week? And how much are they paying you? All right, so how much are you charging for your services? And what sort of situation are you in? Are you in an office or a therapy room, or are you working online? It's really important to get really clear on these visions and on this goal that you have. First of all, so that you can keep wishing for that and keep manifesting it and hold that vision in your mind with greater clarity, but also on a more practical level so that we can create a plan for you to get there. Because if you don't know where you're going, then you can't create a plan for you to get there. So that's the first thing I want you to think about is, what is it that I really want? What is the goal that I'm hoping to achieve here? How many clients do I want per week? How much are they paying me? And what situation am I in? So if you have a pen and paper handy just now, write down those questions and those answers, and I'll give you a few moments to do that. And if you're ready, go ahead and let me know in the chat box. Share your answers with us. You know, manifest for the first time who it is that you are, the service that you want to offer, how much people are going to pay you, and in what situation are you in. Type it into the chat box so that we can all help you manifest with that positive energy. I'll just give you a moment to do that. Excuse me, I'm just having a drink of water. Let me help you out here. And it's fine to really indulge in this thought, you know, really indulge in how many clients you want. Don't come from the place of lacking because you feel you haven't had a lot of clients now. Come from the place of the ideal. So what would be the ideal for you that you would be really happy with, that would allow you to have both wealth in terms of the number of clients that you're working with, and that would have you also have enough time. Okay, so you don't want to have too many clients. You want to have the balance of what you're earning and how many people you're serving just right, so that you've also got free quality time in your life as well. Okay, I'll keep going as you guys write this in. All right, so now that we have clarity about what it is that we want, and we're sure about what it is that we can achieve and the sort of service that we want to offer, and we feel good about that in our heart, the next thing that we need is something that's a little bit more tricky to create for yourself, especially if you've been used to thinking a certain way about your business, and it is belief in yourself. All right, the belief that you can make it happen. Now, I said a moment ago, don't write your desires from a place of lack. So don't write down, I only want one client per week just because you're only used to seeing one client per week. Come from a place of abundance. What would be the ideal number for you? And this is the same advice that I'm going to give you about your belief. Okay, so don't base your self-belief on what you can see in your life, because what you can see in your life is just the result of what you've manifested so far. But what we're talking about is manifesting something completely different and completely new. So with regards to your self-belief, I want you to visit this place and go to this place within yourself where it feels good to believe in yourself and where you realise that your clients are benefiting from what it is that you have to give them. So what would that look like to you? Does it feel like an emotion, for example, of security and comfort and upliftment? Does it sound like your client saying thank you and being really, really grateful? Does it feel like your client giving you a hug because you've really changed their life and really helped them? What would self-belief look like manifest to you in your life? Go really deep with that picture right now. Connect with what that feels like and what it sounds like and how that would appear in your life. And by doing so, you let the universe know that you are ready to believe in yourself and you are ready to experience the symptoms of self-belief. Okay, it's really important. And a key with self-belief as well is it's something that develops over time. And it develops the more you put yourself out there and the more you have little wins and little successes, the more your self-belief will be easier to manifest and easier to come by. So in order to improve your self-belief, you have to push yourself and you have to come slightly out of your comfort zone with your business. So again, what I'm asking you to do is something that you don't usually do for your business. So if there's something that you're holding back on or something that's been a little bit frightening or a little bit scary, a way to develop good self-belief is to just go ahead and do that thing anyway. So whether it's asking for money and asking for the sale, or whether it's, as we talked about, getting really, really clear on your business and what it is that you want to achieve and how you're going to make that happen, or whether it's just having the power to recognize when you're procrastinating and allow yourself to overcome that anyway and to work through it, because that's something you can be really proud of when you're able to do that. And all of these things will help to develop your self-belief. Okay, so the third thing that you need to concentrate on or that you need to think about is the belief that the universe must give you what it is that you send out. Okay, the universe is a magnet. The law of attraction is a magnet. So whatever wavelength you're on and whatever belief system you're choosing about your business and whatever you're visualizing for yourself, the universe must make that happen. And what you see in your spiritual business right now is exactly what the universe has brought back to you based on what you've believed. And now those beliefs are changing to be more positive. The universe must bring what's more positive back to you. And you have to work on really getting into a place where you know that to be fact, okay, where you know it to be fact. If you do the work, if you visualize your business being successful, you visualize the number of clients that you need and you want and how you're helping them and how much they are paying you, and you consistently and persistently stick to that belief every single day through an affirmation or through visualization, and you really go deep with how it makes you feel to have that wonderful thing, it will happen in your life. It must, because you're aligning with that energy that's available to you in the universe. Okay, so do what you need to do to cultivate that certainty that the universe is magnetic, and whatever thought you send out there, it's coming back to you. So send out the thoughts that are going to bring you the clients that need you and that you deserve. Okay, good. So the next thing that we need, I've actually mentioned a moment ago, which is just perseverance. You need to persevere with the belief system, with the thoughts, the positive thoughts. And you also need to persevere with your actions. So there are things that you need to do and actions that you need to take differently than what you've been doing in your business if you want to get different results. And sometimes we get discouraged because the results don't happen right away, or we feel like we're doing and nothing's coming back to us. And when you feel that way, you literally just have to keep freaking doing it. You have to persevere. You have to show the universe that if your belief system gets a little bit tough because you're not seeing results right away, that you're willing to work through that anyway, that there's nothing that's going to deter you from the course of attracting your ideal clients and making this business work and filling your appointment book. Okay, nothing is going to deter you from that course. And even listening to this webinar and being here right now is absolutely part of that. You know, it's part of that perseverance. It's part of giving your time and your energy to making it happen. So, you know, you just have to promise yourself that you're going to persevere with your thoughts, persevere with your dedication, and persevere with your actions, okay? And, you know, no one said that was going to be easy. Like, nobody said that making your dream happen is easy, but what it is worthwhile. So it's the sort of challenging where even if it is challenging, it's deliciously so. You know, it's the sort of challenge where you're working towards something that's actually really meaningful to you, rather than, for example, at a job that you hate where you're throwing your energy into a black hole. That's challenging in a different way. So if you think of it as being challenging because you love it and because it's worthwhile, then perseverance will be much easier for you. Okay, so the final thing that you need to do to get into the mindset for success is to realise that there is absolutely no such thing as competition. There is no such thing as competition. There are in excess of 7 billion people in this world, and new needs are being developed all the time. New problems are needing solved all the time, and new clients are coming into your energy all the time. There is plenty of work to go around, and there is no such thing as competition. When you serve clients, there will be clients that are drawn to you like a magnet because of what I mentioned before. Okay, the universe is magnetic, so the people who resonate best with you and where you're at will be drawn to you. And then there will be other clients who don't resonate with you or you don't resonate with them, and they will go off and be perfectly and lovingly served by someone else. But there is absolutely no competition. So stop worrying about that. Stop worrying about there being not enough clients. Stop feeling guilty or stop feeling like you need to be better than this person or that person. Instead of coming from a place of competition, you need to get into that successful headspace where you come from a place of creation. Okay? So what you need to concern yourself with is, how can I create the most loving, beautiful, deeply of service product or service for my client? How can I most deeply be of service to them and create a wonderful experience for them? An experience that's both profitable for them and profitable for me. That is all you have to concern yourself with. There will always be other psychics, other mediums, other Reiki practitioners, other counsellors, other angel workers out there. But what's important is that you're creating for the best of your ability for your ideal client. And if you are, that is the best way that you can show the universe that you're really ready to have wonderful quality professional relationships. Okay, so come from a place of creation instead of competition, and you'll feel your whole mindset shift. And if you want to know how to do that, just write down in your journal or write down in a piece of paper, what can I create for my clients today? And every day, just answer whatever comes to you in terms of that question, and you will forget all about the perceived competition, which is actually not competition at all. And you'll be focused much more on how you can be of service. And when you come from that space, I promise you, exciting things happen. Okay, so there you are. Those are the things that you need to do to be in the mind space of success. So let's go over them really quickly. So number one, you need clarity and vision about your goal. Number two, you need belief in yourself and belief in what it is that you can do. Sustained, continued belief and self-confidence. Number three, you need to absolutely get it clear and cement in your mind that the universe is magnetic, and whatever you put your energy and attention on will come back to you with love. It must. Okay, so get that clear because it's absolutely freaking true. Okay, so you have to know that perseverance promises you success. That's the fourth thing. Okay, so when you persevere, you must be successful just because you ain't going to freaking give up. So don't be scared of perseverance. Get into that place, willing to become, I promise you that. And number five, get into the headspace of creation instead of competition. and you will have clients flocking to you because everybody wants to come to someone who's innovating and who's on fire, you know, who's in really their place of flow. And it's by thinking about how you can create and best be of service to your clients that you'll get into that space. Okay, so go for it. So again, feel free to ask me any questions in the chat box here. I'm ready, I'm looking out for you. If there's anything you want to know, please let me know. Okay, so let's move on to the second thing that we need to talk about here. What we need to talk about is, who is your ideal client? Who is the person that is the perfect client for you? And it's really very simple. Okay, and when I heard this, it changed my life. And I must credit this piece of information to one of my mentors, whose name is David Nagel, Neagle. I'll type it into the chat box so you can see his name, David Nagel, who said something along these lines to me, and it changed the whole way I think about my ideal client. Okay, so the person that you can best serve is a person who has a problem, who knows that they have a problem, who urgently wants their problem solved, and who knows that you are the person to solve that problem for them. Okay, so your ideal client is a person who has a problem, who knows that they have a problem, who urgently wants the problem solved, and who knows that you are the right person to solve that problem. So for example, you people who are listening to me now are my ideal clients, so thank you for being here, because by being here, you're telling me that your problem is that you don't have enough clients and you would like to have more. You know that you have this problem, or else you wouldn't be here. You want to solve that problem urgently, I beg your pardon. You've got urgency around it, or else you wouldn't be listening to me right now. And you believe, or you know, or you hope that I can help you solve that problem, and that's why you're here. Okay, so those are the things that you need to think about with your ideal client. So write that down if you have a pen and paper handy. So your ideal client is someone who has a problem, knows that they have a problem, urgently wants the problem solved, and knows that you're the person to help them with it. If you have got a person in front of you, a potential client who has those 4 things, then this is somebody that you should easily be able to sell your product or service to. And your job, before you sell your product or service to them, is to have them realise these 4 points, okay? So as to have them realise that they've got a problem if they don't already know, to have them realise that there's an urgency and to uncover that urgency about their problem, and to help them realise that you're the person that can help them with it. And if you can do those things, then that's a person that you're going to be able to serve. So a good thing to do is to journal or to write down the profile of who that person is. And in doing so, you might find that you have a particular niche or a particular sort of person that you really specifically want to work with. Or you might get an idea of why certain clients are particularly drawn to you. And we're going to use that for the next step that we're going to take here. Okay, so again, I hope that's helpful for you. Do that for me now. And if you want to let me know in the chat box who your ideal client is, that would be wonderful. Okay, so the next thing that we have to talk about is, all right, so my ideal client is this particular person, and here's the problem that they have, and they know that they've got it, and they know that I can help them with it. So where are these people? Where are your ideal clients? And this is a question that only you answer, because we're all in a variety of slightly different industries here. So you need to really reach within and really think about it and allow the answer to come to you. Where are these people who are your ideal clients? So say, for example, I have one gentleman who I work with who is a Reiki practitioner, and excuse me, his niche is that he does Reiki for ex-soldiers. So he does Reiki for soldiers who have returned from war, who have had various types of trauma, both to their body and to their mind and their emotions. So he specifically wants to appeal to his ideal client, who are these soldiers. So there's certain places that he's going to look for them. There's certain places that he's going to make himself visible. that would make much more sense than other places. I also have another client who I'm working with who does massage for mums and babies. So her ideal client is obviously a mother who is either expecting or a young mum, and a recent mum, and so she might go onto forums on Facebook, or she might approach hospitals or maternity units, or she might approach mums clubs or mother and toddler groups or mum and baby groups to find out where the people are that are going to most benefit from her service. So you have to do a little bit of work on looking at, where are my ideal clients? Where am I going to find them? And again, if you want to let us know in the chat box or talk to us about some ideas that you have, that would be great. We'd love to hear that. Okay, so now that you know who your ideal client is and you've got some ideas about where to find them, both perhaps physically, so out in the world, and also online, for example, I suggested Facebook groups. Now you have to know what to do with these clients when you find them. All right, so when you find your ideal client and you have a real clear service to offer them, and you know how much you want to charge, and you know the value and the love that you're going to be able to give them through your service, you have to know what to do now after that, okay? So a good way, or should I say a great way really, to open up a conversation with a potential client is through a testimonial. So testimonials have been one of the most powerful things for me in terms of recruiting clients, both as a psychic medium and as a coach as well. And testimonials and all sorts of word of mouth experiences are what can really get you great quality clients, because we trust a referral. So think about how websites like Amazon or any other website that you visit, for example, where you might for example, Yelp or something like this, where people leave reviews. We look at reviews and we trust reviews, and we trust what another person has to say. So if you can get a great testimonial from someone, that is extremely powerful for bringing in great clients for you. So one thing that happened with me was that I had a friend who was going through a difficult time in her life, and I really wanted to do a reading for her, just because I wanted to help her out, and I wasn't going to charge her for the reading. I just wanted to do it because she was my friend and I could see that she was struggling. And she came to me for a reading, and the reading was really powerful. She got lots of evidence about loved ones in spirit and about what was going on in her life, and she got lots of guidance that was also sort of channeled from spirit and from the angels as well about how to help her. So I did her reading and I said goodbye to her, and I went to make a cup of tea, and I switched on my laptop after she left, and I had 40 notifications on my Facebook, because my friend had left me the most wonderful, beautiful, heartfelt testimonial on her Facebook page, and she had tagged me in it. So because she had tagged me in it, all of her friends could see who did the reading for her. And I had 20 people contact me for readings just off of this testimonial, in which she basically said that it was so accurate and so wonderful that she nearly fell off her seat, and that she was incredibly grateful, and she put loads of kisses and smiley faces. So it was just truly from the heart, really. And so many people got in touch with me that I ended up making £1,000 just off of referrals from this one testimonial. So from doing one testimonial for the right person, and by right person I mean somebody who's chatty, who speaks to a lot of other people who are my ideal clients, and who people have a lot of trust in, I was able to generate a lot of business through that. And everybody who I read for as well was really happy with their reading and their consultation that they came for. So it was a really, really productive exercise all round. So if you have somebody in your life or on your Facebook page who is really chatty, who knows a lot of people, who can talk to a lot of people, do them a consultation or a reading or whatever service it is that you offer free of charge, and let them know that you're not going to take payment from them financially, but that you would really, really appreciate a testimonial if they enjoyed their service or if they enjoyed whatever it is you've done for them. When they give you that testimonial, Ask them if they would be comfortable sharing it on social media, and if so, let them go for it. Make sure they tag you in it. And also ask them if you have their permission to use a copy of that testimonial, because if you do, that's going to be amazing for bringing in new clients. And when you get that testimonial, you share that baby around. Get it on your website if you have one, get it on your Facebook page. Make sure people know that you have something of value to give to them. Okay, make sure the right people who are your clients, who are gathered where your clients are, know that you have got something that you can offer them, and that another person who's similar to them has had a really wonderful experience with you. Okay, so that is one way that you can attract clients. And I promise you, if you do it with love and you really aim to be of great service to this person and they write you a great testimonial, you will be able to bring clients into your life easily, because people want to know that they're going to a service that somebody else has already validated for them. Particularly when it comes to psychics, mediums, healing practitioners, counsellors, we want to go to somebody that we know it's going to be a worthwhile investment. And a testimonial is a great way of having you look that way and putting that across about you. Good, so I hope that makes sense to you. So the next thing that you can do to bring more clients into your life right away is something that I hope perhaps you will be able to do now that you couldn't do before we started this conversation, because it requires you to be in a slightly different frame of mind than the frame of mind you were in before we started this conversation. So remember when we spoke about the success mindset, so what you need to be in a mindset of success. So now that you're there, and you're really clear about your goal, and you've got an idea what it is you want to achieve, and you're going to develop this belief and this confidence in yourself, and you're going to trust that the universe, and you're going to promise yourself that you're just not going to freaking give up. When you get into that space, things will start to look differently around your business and around your life. And one thing that's going to start to look different is that you will be able to see hot leads in your life where you haven't seen those leads before. So where you've been blind to them because you haven't been feeling good about attracting clients, now you'll be able to see them. So I want you to think about your Facebook page. I want you to think about your email inbox. I want you to think about voicemails that have been left for you. I want you to think about text messages. I want you to think about your phone book and your mobile. And I want you to think about friends of friends and work colleagues. There are people already in your life who want what you have to offer, guaranteed. There are people already in your life that, with the confidence in your business that you're going to develop now, and with the focus on what it is you want to achieve and that desire to really be of service, you will be able to call up or email or respond to people who are already in your life that want your services. Okay, I promise you that they're there. And when you're able to see where there are clients in your life that you couldn't see before, and you're able to realize how you can really help them, approaching a person and offering them your service and asking for money, it doesn't feel like a bad thing or a negative thing, because you're coming from that place of love and being of service. And if you come from a place of always wanting to give more value than what you're taking from a person, and if you promise them that you're going to do that, you promise yourself that that's what you're going to do, then you don't have to be in a place where selling to a person or offering your service feels icky. And if you take the steps that we're talking about today in terms of this mindset for success, and if you are speaking to clients who are already warm leads, and what I mean by that is, as I said, they've already approached you or they already know you in some way, then you will be able to book clients in today, right now, as soon as you come off this webinar. So when you come off this webinar, spend an hour going through your emails, going through your inbox, going through your Facebook page, and responding to people with love. Responding to people with a deep desire to be of service, and with a number in mind of what you want to charge them in order for the wonderful value that you are going to give them. And if you can do that, I promise you, you will be able to recruit clients. You will be able to recruit people who are in need of what you have to offer and who deeply want what it is that you have to offer. okay, and who you will serve and who will be happy with your service, and who will not only pay you, but they'll write you an amazing testimonial as well, and who will come back to see you again. And why is that? Well, because by already reaching out to you and by already knowing you, they know that they have a problem. They know that you can help them with it. They know that it's urgent. They know that you're the person for the job. Okay, so they're already exactly in the space of being your ideal client. All you need to do is make yourself available for them. Okay, and when these things work out for you, all you have to do is rinse and repeat. So when it works out for you that you start getting some great testimonials and putting them up on your Facebook and your website where they're visible, and when you start knowing how to have a sales conversation with a person because you're really clear about what you want and really clear about how you can help them, and when you realize that you're developing more and more warm leads in your life because people are referring their friends to you and because those testimonials are getting out there, and you know that those people have a problem that you can help them with, you just rinse and repeat these processes. And for as long as they're continuing to work for you, you will continue to recruit new clients, okay? And as you do, you will continue to recruit clients that are in a higher price bracket. You will continue to recruit clients that might want more long-term help and support with you and who want to continue to be longer-term clients for you because you're coming from that space of love and giving and creation for them. So I really hope that that's been helpful for you. Let's just go over really quickly what we've talked about, and then I would love to tell you how else it is that I can help you if you're interested. Okay, so the first thing that we talked about is about the space that you have to be in mentally and spiritually in order to manifest success in your life. So you need to have clarity and vision about your goal for your business and what it is that you want to achieve. You need to cultivate belief and confidence in yourself no matter what. Okay, so you just have to keep that belief and that confidence in yourself strong. You need to have absolute faith that the universe is magnetic and whatever thoughts you send out there are coming back to you. So if you're sending out positive thoughts about serving clients, you will serve clients. Okay, they'll be there, those paying clients. We also talked about the promise that perseverance makes. So when you persevere and when you just don't freaking give up and you keep going, you're guaranteed success. Okay, you're guaranteed success because it's all growth and it's all progress and you're going to get closer to that dream. And the final thing that we talked about is the fact that there's no competition. Okay, there's no such thing as competition. You are the perfect person to serve the clients who are perfect for you. And by coming from a place of creation, you can very easily find out who those clients are and draw them into your life. The next thing that we talked about is, okay, so who are your ideal clients? Who are the people that need you, that you can best serve? They are people who have a problem, they know they have a problem, they urgently want it solved, and they believe or know that you are the person to solve it for them. We then talked about where you're going to find these people. Okay, so where are you going to find them? Where are you going to find them out in the world? And where are you going to find them in the online environment? Okay, and when you've found them, what is required is consistent and persistent action to continue to make yourself available for your ideal clients. We then talked about 2 ways that you can bring new clients into your life right now, today. The first one is by offering to give, is by really giving of yourself to a person who's going to give you a great testimonial in return. And this wonderful testimonial is going to allow other people who are also your ideal clients to see how you can help them. And that's going to bring you some wonderful business in. And the second thing we talked about is just going through your social media, going through your phone book, having a look for people who are already warm to you, who have already used you before, or who have already been made aware of the service that you offer, who are interested in you and who want you to help them, okay? And then you're going to reach out to them, you're going to approach them with a wonderful offer where you're given more value than what you're taking in financial compensation. And if you do that, they will say yes. They will say yes because they're already your ideal client. Just trust that and have that faith. Okay, good. So I'm just going to refresh the page very quickly, just so I can see what you've been saying in the chat box, because I see that my chat box has signed me out for some reason. So one moment, please. Okay. Good. Lovely. Thank you for sticking with me, you guys. I really appreciate it. I can see you all in here. Okay. So what I would like to ask now is if you have any questions or anything that you want to know about. So just type your questions into the chat box now. I'll give you just a couple of minutes to do that, and I'll be happy to answer anything that you want to just for the next couple of minutes, and then I'm going to tell you about another program that I have coming up in the next little while that I hope you're going to be really interested in. So if you have a question, please go ahead and type it into the chat box now, and I'll take a sip of water while I wait for you to do that. Give you just a minute or two longer. Haven't seen any questions so far. If you want to ask one, go ahead right now and do so. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep talking, and if any questions pop up, I'll answer them as they arise. Okay, good. So what we've done today is helping you to fill your appointment book right now. So I wanted to help you understand that there's ways in your life at this very moment in time that you can bring clients into your life. And sometimes that's all it takes, is to realise that the possibility for you to earn doing what you love is already there. It's already in your life. And that can be massively powerful and just giving you that confidence boost that you need to keep going with your dream and to get that validation, to keep realising what it is that you want to do. So what you need now is a longer term strategy that's going to help you keep your appointment book filled for life. So now that you know how to get clients here, and now that you know how to get clients in your life at the moment, how are you going to keep them long term? How are you going to develop your business in such a way that the clients are going to keep coming in and that your confidence is going to develop and it's going to grow? And I would love to help you out with that. And I'm going to tell you about it in just a second because a question's just come through. So thank you for your question. So Sharon has asked, hi Lauren, oh, hang on. So actually it's from Anon5059. So it says, how can I get over my fear of reaching out to people? Okay, so the way that you get over your fear of reaching out to people is through the steps that we talked about in manifesting your success mindset. So the fear of reaching out to people is really the fear of rejection. All right, it's the fear of rejection. It's the fear of somebody saying no to us. That fear hurts because we associate our self-love and our self-validation with other people's perception of us. So if somebody, has the potential to say no to us or is going to reject us in some way, we get absolutely terrified of that because, it harkens back to childhood experiences or things that we've been through in the past where we felt rejected or we felt unloved, or we felt that another person was just denying who we are and denying what we were all about. And so, we develop this fear. And especially if your spiritual practice or your holistic or your spiritual business is very precious to you, you see it as being an extension of who you are. So you think that if you reach out to people and that they're going to say no, that it's just going to be this absolutely devastating feeling, this horrible feeling of rejection of you and rejection of your business. And sometimes we feel that we really can't take that. But honestly, the truth is that you just have to do it anyway, because people are going to say no to you. And if you've done the work to figure out your ideal client and to figure out where they are and exactly what you're offering them, you're going to get a lot of yeses. But there's always going to be that person that's just not ready to heal, or not ready to hear what you have to say, or who's not on your wavelength, who's going to say no to you. And the best way to overcome that fear and to realize that that rejection doesn't mean anything about you as a person, and it doesn't mean anything about your precious business. It's about the other person not being ready. The best way for you to overcome that is just to do it, is to become exposed to it. Okay? So putting yourself out there, I know it sounds really counterintuitive, but putting yourself out there is the cure to being scared of putting yourself out there. Okay? As Susan Jeffers wonderfully wrote, feel the fear and do it anyway. Just recognize that you're scared. Recognize that you're scared because you don't want your business to be rejected, because it's really, really precious to you, and because you love it and you really want to be of service. And just freaking do it anyway. Just reach out to people. You know, lots of people are going to say yes to you, and you're going to get lots and lots of validation that your business is wonderfully helpful for people. And if people do say no, then they're missing out. And the more you put yourself out there, the more you realize that. Another good thing is to do a role play with somebody that you trust. So do a role play where you promote your service to, for example, a person in your life that's really a good person and that you trust deeply. I do this with my sister. So I pitch my idea, or I pitch something to my sister, and I have her act like the worst client ever. So I have her act really awkward and really difficult and say no to me all the time. And it really just desensitizes you to it, and you can laugh at it. So when you do that, it prepares you for when that might happen in the real world. Do you know what? Say if you're going to be in business, it's going to happen. You just have to build up your confidence and your resilience and build up those yeses, so you get the validation from the people that are your ideal clients. Okay, so that's really all it's about. A person that rejects you is just not your ideal client. You know, put it to one side, move it on. There's billions more. Okay, good. Okay, so somebody's asking about booking a reading. Actually, I don't do that many readings anymore. I've actually moved more into coaching other mediums, coaching other psychics in their intuitive development, and coaching other spiritual business owners with the development of their business as well, which is what we've been doing today. So if you would like to come for coaching with me, which we can do from an intuitive point of view, I can certainly help you out with that. And it's a minimum of 4 weeks that we would work together for. So I can tell you about that shortly, or you can drop me an email if you would like to. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this program that I've got going on, and hopefully it will be of interest to you. So there's a program that I'm doing, and it's starting next week. Okay, so it's starting next Sunday at 7 p.m. GMT, so just after your dinner. And the program is called Fill Your Appointment Book for Life. And it's a 5-week program in which we're going to work really specifically on developing your business and developing really, really high quality clients in your life, so that you can begin earning what you deserve. And this is a particularly good program for anyone who wants to leave their full-time job to do their spiritual or holistic work, or who's really, really at the position where they want to start taking their business very seriously and developing that, and to become wealthy through really giving amazing love and amazing value to other people. So we would work together for 5 weeks, and every week we would have a 90-minute call like this. So this is a group coaching program. So you'll be in the program with other people who are in a similar situation to you. And every week we will go really intensive and really deep about the steps that you need to do that week to have your business grow and to develop your client base. So you will start earning if you do as I ask from week 1. Okay. So every week we're going to talk about something else that you need to do, and we're going to talk more about getting in this mindset of being wealthy. We're going to talk more about the different packages and programs that you can order, so that you can bring for your clients, or that you can offer your clients. We're going to talk about how to promote yourself and how to have sales conversations with your ideal clients. And we're going to talk about how you can sell out. So how you can sell out your consultation spaces, how you can sell out spaces at workshops, you know, how you can get people really, really interested in what it is that you're doing. And I'm really passionate about helping you achieve that. And the best thing about this program is that I can teach you in 5 weeks how to have a successful spiritual business and what it took me 13 years to learn. Okay, so I didn't have a coach or a mentor. I had to do it the hard way. But I can show you now how it is in 5 weeks that you can set up this successful, thriving business with your ideal clients. Okay. And the investment for this program, for this 5-week course, is £500. And you can pay it up at the beginning. And if you need a payment program, I can also offer that to you as well. So please just drop me an email and I'll send you the link that you can do that at if you want to talk about a payment plan, if you'd like to do the course. So I want to talk to you about some of the bonuses. So what you'll also get in the course is weekly worksheets that you can use to show how your business is developing. You will also get a recording of each of the weeks that you can keep forever and you can use at your leisure, so you can continue to work with the ideas long after our time together is finished. So although it's a 5-week course, it's a 5-week course that you get to keep. You will also be given access to a private Facebook group where I'll be on hand to answer your questions, to help you with your business strategies, and where you can test out your content with other people in the program, where you can cross-promote each other, where you can get some advice about your products and services, and where we can give each other some mutual support. And you will also get my handwritten, handmade Selling Spiritually script. So this is a script that allows you to have sales conversations and money conversations with your ideal clients without feeling icky or yucky. And I've created it for you. So all you have to do is put in what your specific industry or your specific business is, and that will help to develop your confidence about selling your services and selling your programs to your ideal clients. So I would love to have you on the program, and I'd love to be able to continue the work that we've done today, because I know that some of you who are listening to me right now have been really, really engaged with what I've had to say, and thank you so much for the questions that you've been asking. And there are only 10 spaces available on the program, and 3 of them are gone already. Okay, so there's only 7 spaces remaining right now. So if you would like to join me for Fill Your Appointment Book for Life, which, as I said, is a 5-week program, I will give you the link in the chat box in which you can pay. Okay, so you can pay now, and I will send you through a contract that has everything in it that you can expect from me. It has all the promises that I've made to you detailed in it, and all the materials that you're going to receive. Okay, so I'll do that for you now. And if you have any further questions after this program, or you have any further questions after this webinar, please do drop me an email or drop me a line, just responding to the email address that I use to communicate with you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, so I'm putting this link in now. And please do let me know if you have any further questions right now. We've got a minute or 2 more. I'll just give you a minute or 2 more if you have any further questions, and then we can have our goodbyes for now anyway. There's no more questions coming through at the moment. I'll keep my eye on it just before we end the seminar today. Okay, so I would love just to thank you for being here and for joining me for Fill Your Appointment Book Now. I really hope that it's been helpful to you. I really hope that you can literally leave this webinar right now and you know where to go find some clients, all right? They need your gift. They need what it is that you have to offer. And your perfect clients are more than willing to bring wealth into your life in exchange for the wealth that you are able to bring into theirs. And I know you can do this. Go do it now. Go get a testimonial from someone. Go look at where the hot leads are in your life. Go develop your ideas about how you want your business to look. And I know that you're going to make a success of this. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I really hope to see some of you on the Fill Your Appointment Book for Life programme, which, as I said, is going to be starting next Sunday. So if you have any more questions about that, do send me an email, and please join me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lauren Medium. I'll put that in the box as well here. And I would love to know how you're getting on with your business, and if you've recruited any new clients or had any more inspiration about your business based on what we've spoken about today. And I just want to say one more time, thank you so much for your attention today and for allowing me to be of service to you. And go do it. The world needs this ability of yours. Go serve. Thank you so much for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your day or evening wherever you are. Thank you.